Yeah, we had some beef here between Anaheim and Arizona this week. Battle of the toilet bowl. Trevor Zegras and Troy Stecher actually got into it as their two clubs faced off. Zegras was kind of mouthing off with like the referees in between them and said something that just made Stecher snap, and he was like clearly pissed. He was going after him for like 45 seconds to a minute, followed him over to the box, and the refs just like weren't allowing him near Zegras at all. There was a rumor that got around, and it's like basically people trying to read his lips and just kind of assuming what he said. Mm-hmm. But they thought that he said something about Troy Stecher's father who passed away last year. And we don't want to speculate or put any words in his mouth, but I feel like Zegras does tend to run his mouth a lot and not back it up physically when he needs to. Mm-hmm. In a way, like we saw it, he got into it with Marchand. And now this is where it gets really fucking weird because Marchand decides to jump in on this situation that has nothing to do with his team, himself, like the club, anything at all. So a Coyotes reporter, Craig Morgan, tweeted out that he confirmed with a team source of the Coyotes that Zegras did not say anything about Stecher's father, but he did cross the line with some inappropriate comments. Marchand, who seemingly like just got out of Twitter jail or something because he's been pretty radio silent lately, right?
Yep.
He went on a rampage before, and now he's back at it, dude.
It was almost like he was like banned from social media for a bit and then got his stuff back, and he goes, all right, I'm back on.
Yeah. So he saw this Coyotes reporter tweet that and just said, shut your pie hole, Craig, for no reason. But I was like, that's kind of hilarious. Like, what a weird thing to say. Like, so random. And then another reporter, Jacob Stoller, thought it would be a good idea to try to get to the bottom of why Marchand tweeted this. Mm-hmm. Marchand said, quote, nothing. I read the tweet, and that's what popped into my head, so I said it. Stoller wrapped up his tweet with that quote and just said weird at the end of it, right? Marchand replies to that and says, I'm sorry you didn't like my answer, Jacob. Would you like me to say something different so you don't have something so stupid to hang your career on? Great reporting this morning. And then Steve Dangle, who I think has a Leafs podcast or something. He's big with the Leafs community.
Steve, he does like the dang it's, and he's a huge Leafs guy. It's good when they suck because he'll go
nuts.
Yeah, he'll go nuts. But
so he decided to reply to Marchand's tweet there, going after Stoller now, and say, "Does that make you feel big? The fuck is this? Relax." And Marchand replies, "Was that your mighty mighty roar?" With this picture of him like crouching on his hands and knees. I'll put it right here for you guys to check out too. And then last but not least, Marchand's getting interviewed before the All-Star game. He's not going, but they would just some reason ask him about Mitch Marner. He like just chirps him about his goofy skates that are like all white with like pink and blue for the Miami Vice kind of look, but it has like his dog Zeus riding like an alligator and a shark and shit. Mm-hmm. And he just like chirps him about that and how he like likes video games and stuff, but then like walks it back a little. They were like, "Oh, do you know Marner?" And he's like, "No, he's a good guy. I always tell him he's my favorite player." I was like, that's fucking hilarious, dude. But I don't want to touch on the other tweets, but other fans were just tweeting at him like this is bogus, all this stuff, and he just started bodying people left and right, like shave your mustache, do this, like just chirping people nonstop. I'm like, wow. It was a lot. And it's all from something that had nothing to do with him, his team, like just felt like getting back on the internet. Getting back at it, dude. So way to go. Dummying people. It reminds me of that scene. I forget what movie it's from or commercial or whatever. It's a clip, and people meme it all the time with the dude just walking through the backyard, slapping everyone. The police show up. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah. That's him with fucking anyone that has anything to say. Shut him down.
The rat that he is, dude. Oh, my God. This was hysterical, though, because
it just went from one guy to the next guy, just down the line.
It did, and like the posts just kept coming because I was scrolling Instagram, and who did it? It was Steve Dangle, whatever the fuck, on Instagram, posted that photo. So I sent it to you. I'm like, the hell's going on? And like you sent me like the other post from like the other stuff.
Yeah, because
like,
when it's not like on Twitter for you to see, you have to like kind of piece the puzzle pieces together. Yeah. You know? It was funny.
Oh my God, it was just hysterical. Like just the type of guy like Marchand is to really get under the skin of people. But it's weird to think like he tried so hard with Marner, but I guess Mitch Marner, they had him in an interview, and they're just like, "How do you feel about that?" He goes, "I don't know, man. It's what I do in my spare time. It's what I like."
I think he's like so casual and like. He's not that unprofessional guy that's gonna blow it up and be like, no, fuck that guy. Like, I almost kind of want that too, though. Like, there's too much professionalism at the sense. Like, it sounds lame, but like WWE it up a little bit, just like fucking be like, no, dude, next time I see him, and then just do nothing. You know what I mean?
Just like promos, like, fuck that guy Marchand.
Yeah.
And then like all of a sudden, like you get like
now you get a rivalry going. Yeah. Now you get a good series.
Now like the week before like a Boston like Toronto game, like there's like
you circling it on the calendar.
You circle it. You're like, oh yeah, I can't wait for them to get on the ice. You know.